Hey there, collective. Welcome back to the flow. This right here is going to be a collective reading for the full moon in Libra energies for us all as a collective. I am AZMARi. If you are new here, welcome. The flow is a space where we come together to sow together, grow together, and move together on purpose for the sole reason of becoming the best versions of ourselves. So, without further ado, let's check out what energies the full moon in Libra has for us. So, just as I'm shuffling, I have a few insights to share with you. I actually recorded this week's podcast before doing this particular video, and the downloads that I got in that podcast were amazing. I'm not going to give everything away because I'd love for you to listen to the podcast, but the general energies that we are experiencing during this full moon in Libra are all about that amazing high vibrational Libra energy, which is all about harmony, justice, peace, beauty, and so I feel like with this full moon especially, it's illuminating to us all of the things in our lives that reflect that, right? And so if you feel like you've been going through this mucky period, like a lot of us have, where you felt like you couldn't see clearly and you weren't sure who was real and who was fake, and what situations were good for you and what situations were not for you, that period in time was actually really truly necessary in order for you to get to this point where you would be able to have the level of discernment. And so that's what the metaphor of the full moon illuminating things is. It's not about the light of the moon doing anything to you, but it's about how you come into blossom as a spiritual being, as a soul, and that's why it's called soul growth. And so that's why I like to use the metaphor of plants and planting with everything that I do here at the flow. And so I feel led to say that. Also, coincidentally, speaking of farming, farmers, if you check out like the almanac calendar, refer to this moon, this full moon in particular, as the pink moon, because this is when the pink blossoms come they blossom. This is when pink blossoms blossom. And so I feel like with this, that's also something that is very telling about the spiritual journey for those of you who are active seekers, and for those of you who are really serious about your self-improvement and becoming the best version of yourself. So I'm not going to dive any more into that. Go check out the podcast if you want to listen to my breakdown of that, what I think about the blossoming and all of that beautiful stuff. Let's get into your reading. Alrighty, so here we are. These are the illusions that I was talking about earlier, right? The illusions of basically, which basically kept us stuck, right? All of the illusions that kept us in our head, all of the illusions that kept us over-analyzing situations, all of the illusions that kept us thinking that we were powerless, right? The full moon in Libra is I feel like this beautiful energy that is not only helping us to transition out of that mind space, but it's helping us transition out of that mind space, because now it's showing us that we were in that mind space in order to show us what we weren't and what we didn't want in our lives. And so now that we know what we don't want in our lives and we do know what we want, here we are, the Libra full moon. See that full moon right there? So I feel like this is a journey that started, with a crescent moon, but like here we are with the full moon. You're deciding to leave behind all people, places, and things that are, through your action of discernment, because Libra is also the sign of justice, through discerning, who and what really falls under the category of like a loving being or something that you would love to have in your life. You're walking away from everything that does not fit into this paradigm, right? This is you having good judgment and finally walking away from the people, places, and things that want to keep you stuck. Yeah. And because you are able to be honest with yourself, look what happens. The sun. You're able to follow your bliss. Your honesty leads you to a space where you are able to just admit to yourself that, you know what, I actually do want love in my life, because I do deserve a love that is not selfish, a love that is equal, give and take. I deserve friendships that are not selfish. I deserve friends that don't go behind my back and betray me and gossip about me. I deserve a job that pays me what I'm worth. I deserve to work for myself if that's what I want. So I'm just hearing so many voices, and it's so funny. The voices, when I'm saying I'm hearing so many voices, I'm hearing many voices of the collective just going like, I know what I deserve. I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve this. And it's just such beautiful energy. I think that's why like I'm beaming, like my smile is just on extra right now, because we deserve this, especially if you are a conscious seeker of light and love. We all deserve this. Even if you decide to, vibrate in the polarity of being a negative being, you also deserve love. It's just that you don't know it yet, right? And it's that choice that if you choose to be honest with yourself, the reason why you're so bitter, if you're a negative Nancy, or you vibrate on the lower spectrum and you're watching this, it's because you're not honest with yourself about what makes you happy, and so you go out of your way to make other people miserable for no reason, when really all you need to do is just be honest with yourself and do the work that it requires, right? And so because you're being honest about, your joy, you are realizing that there are a lot of people who really don't vibe with you and they don't agree with what you say, and that's okay, because not everybody sees the vision, because God gave you the vision. That's why not everybody can see it. You know where that saying comes from, like people can't read your mind? Exactly. There's a reason why they can't read your mind, because the thoughts that were given to you by the Most High. And so that's for you to interpret by yourself. That's for you to decide, what makes you happy. For a lot of you, this may pertain to with regards to relationships. So you see the two flags with like 5 of Pentacles on each side. So to me, what this speaks of is that abundance is found when you bring your resources together. You might feel like alone, like you're not, stable enough, but like if you find somebody who has the same amount that you're willing to put in, then you're able to create this massive abundance. I'm hearing generational wealth, right? And so this can pertain to anything, whether it regards to your work, whether it regards to relationships, friendships. Yeah, it's about what do you bring to the table. Are you carrying your own table, right? Are you coming to my table with your own table? If so, then let's do this, That's the energy that I'm feeling with this energy that has come out on the board. And so that's followed by the 9 of Pentacles and the Fool. And the 9 of Pentacles is all about taking risks, because being independent is about taking risks. It's not easy to be independent. People easily say like, oh yeah, I'm independent. Are you though? Are you though? And I say that with love, because I used to be in that space, so I know. And I've had to take like a lot of risks and had to face a lot of backlash and a lot of embarrassment and ridicule, because I've been in situations where, yes, I have needed financial help because of the risks that I chose to take. I chose to not depend on my family, on people. I chose to create my own businesses. I chose to not work for a 9 to 5, and that's not easy. As you see with the Fool card, I like to say it's all about new beginnings and taking risks. For me, it's like the embodiment of Aries energy, because you see this dog on the side that portrays loyalty. So that's you. Are you going to be loyal to your spirit within that's guiding you on this journey to go with whatever you have? It's okay, even though you don't have much, you can do it. Even if you don't have much, you can do it. That's the journey of the Fool. That's why it's called the Fool, because anybody in society will call you a fool. They'll be like, she's crazy, he's crazy. And trust me, I've been called crazy. Dude, the rumor mill. It be milling about people's insanity. But the thing is, am I really insane because I'm choosing to go for my dreams? If so, then fine, call me insane. Albert Einstein was called insane, and we remember his name. You know what I mean? So are you willing to do that? And that's what the Libra moon is bringing into harmony. Are you choosing to be balanced within yourself and be able to fight for what you've already accomplished? Because I feel like the collective that I'm reading for, you've already done so much work. And right now you feel exhausted. You're like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm in the void and things are not showing up. I'm like, what else can I do that I've not already done? I'm hearing this song by Tiana Taylor. What does she do? I do everything. I move everything. To be honest, I feel you. We're hustlers. We do everything. We do all type of hustles to achieve our dreams. We have done everything, we felt like in our love life. But the thing is that we had the illusions. We were kept in, relationships where people knew our worth and they were like, I need to just keep this person in an illusion that I am the person that, they seek. When really, in reality, all they were casting in front of you was illusions. And then you got shocked when the person cheated on you. They cheated on you because they knew they weren't good enough for you. The friends that betrayed you did that because they felt threatened by you, And so this is you deciding to fully come into a space of emotional intelligence, to just really love yourself, trust yourself, and move from that space of knowingness that the storm is over. Storm is over now. I can see the sunrise. I'm trying not to, belt out too much because where I am, I'm recording really early in the morning, and so, it's who cares? Fuck it. They don't care about me, so why should I care about them? Here we are. Heartbreak is over. That pain, that backstabbing, especially with regards to things that you knew that you wanted to do and achieve in this life, because one of these swords is yours. As much as, yes, people contributed to the stabbing, you also stabbed yourself because A, you allowed them to stab you, and B, you allowed your deepest desires to go undone, so to speak. You didn't follow your bliss for the sake of people pleasing. And so that's why this revelation is coming up in the Libra full moon, showing us the different aspects of Libra, the higher aspect of Libra, and how we can vibrate in the highest version of Libra, especially in our charts. So you might want to check out in your birth chart where Libra falls, and that might lead to more insight of where these energies are manifesting for you. But this is beautiful. It's over. This cycle of, where I'm not saying that life is going to be super easy peasy from now on, but you will be able to navigate with much more ease and grace because you have learned how to discern. You have brought yourself back to balance, right? By balancing all of your senses, learning how to use all of your senses. by following your inner teacher and being like, okay, how does this feel? This person is telling me this, but how does it feel? Sometimes we feel like we need someone to tell us something so that we can believe it, but the thing is, that's how we were deceived in the past, because someone would tell us those nice words that we wanted to hear, but inherently you knew deep down that that was all bullshit. And then you got shocked when later on they showed you their ass, and that's who they truly were from the beginning. You know what I mean? And so when we choose to use our inner teacher and harness balance with that Libra energy, all of the senses that were given to us, like what we see, what we hear, what we feel, what we sense, then we are able to come into this strong feminine energy of like, I know exactly what I want, and I'm not going to take it by force. I'm just going to be it, and it will come to me. So being this whole magnetic force, so to speak. So whether you're a male or a female, I feel like the collective is in that type of energy where you are choosing to become the force. I'm hearing may the force be with you from Star Wars, And so I feel like a lot of you have started to embody the forces of the universe, and that's what's making you a force to be reckoned with, of magnetic force, all of that good, great stuff, and teaching you that all you needed to do was just learn how to have boundaries in your relationships. Learn how to speak your mind as well in relationships, like say what you need, state your needs, speak your mind honestly, with love, and if anyone doesn't like it, then they're not for you. They shouldn't be in that space. And I covered that as well on the podcast, so I'm going to link that down below in case you want to listen to it, because it's highly tied to this reading, being centered around the energies of the full moon as well. And so there we go. The final message time, this whole message for the full moon in Libra for all of us, is that what is being brought into awareness this time is that you will always find the truth within you. Always. Everything that you seek is within you. The Hermit, for me, yes, it's Virgo energy, and you guys may have Virgo, heavily aspected in your chart. I have Sagittarius, Scorpio, Gemini, Leo, as well on the table, but those are just the main signs and the houses. So wherever, like for example, if you have Gemini and Gemini is in your third house, so that's where this energy would be applying. And the third house is like in terms of like how you communicate with others. So if you have Scorpio in like your seventh house, that's how you deal with relationships, right? So take this energy, how it resonates, and you're gonna need your birth chart for you to understand, to properly understand this message and like apply it in your life so it can help you. But inherently, this is just going deep within, listening to your spirit guides as well, because I believe that God source universe always sends to us all of the information that we need at the exact right time. And spirit guides manifest in different ways. They could be your passed on loved ones, they could be people like the way I'm here on YouTube delivering a message to you, so take it as it resonates. You personally know who your spirit guides are. To me, they come in many shapes and forms. For me, they're animals as well. So like if an animal comes across my path and I've been asking a specific question, that animal is the answer, So yeah, I want to keep this short and sweet because I feel like I've captured the whole essence here. But what I want to say is that there is an overall joy that I'm feeling, and that confidence to follow our bliss and to reinvent what the word love and the meaning of love means to us. And so that may manifest as you finally being able to go for all of the things that you've been holding back from yourself, whether that's relationships, be it romantic or platonic or business-wise, take it how it fits. You know exactly what's going on with you, and inherently you know what's going on within you. I'm just here to give you that tiny little push to trust yourself, and also here to also talk to myself and remind myself that I need to trust myself too. We're all in this together here on the flow. If you're interested in checking out any of our offerings, that's going to be down below in the description box. Until next time, namaste.